Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You're 25.
What?
When are you going to grow up and stop asking your mom to come down and cry and do this for you? Your mom should be enjoying the best days of her life, not dealing with someone who's 25 years old. You're a grown man. Court is calling 2023 CR 5280, State of Texas versus Kevin Alfred James Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
Man, oh man. Let me hit the beat. Let me hit the doggone beat. All right, we're gonna get it warmed up in here. Here we go. Go, 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 go.
We are the ones, the earth painted in love. Abu Sayyadum, family is the force. From the red clay hills to obsidian nights, our skin tells stories. The sky still remembers.
Ori Migbo, my spirit hears. We wear tones of the ancestors' breath. Ebony like carved drum wood. Honey glow with copper blood. Shade butter brown, sand kissed tan. The kind of brown that holds the land. We are born in the twilight flame. Guvuya dunya, the power of earth. Each shade an echo of a holy frame.
Deepest dust to golden morn. In every shade a soul is born.
In Zuri, you are beautiful. No two tones the same, yet all of you
shine like sun through forest leaves. We bloom.
All right, shout out to Tevin. Happy birthday, my man.
The gift we bring.
About to get this party started.
Like caramel under candlelight. Sunburn molasses deep out of sight. Other shimmer with olive wine. Almond dust, Oceana
This song is brought to you by Ghost.
You are a great one. A crown bearing hill second to none. Our skin holds the winds of Sahel. The songs of the Niger. The gold dust of Ghana. The fire of chemistry.
All right, come on in, everybody. Got to get this party going. Winter has arrived again, and there's nothing men can blame except for themselves.
We shine like sun through forest leaves. We bloom like truth and never leave.
Light and dark, the gift we bring. Each of us a sacred thing.
You, whose skin is cold and copper, bronze and blue. Who's on the top with the hush of ancestors and harvest moons. You are the balafons breath, the curve of river clay. The rhythm of feet tracing truth and dust, the flame that will not fade.
Got to get this going. Got to get this going.
Is ancient. Your shade is not fashion. It is lineage.
It is prayer wrapped in flesh.
Let the mirrors rise to meet your face. Let the world relearn your grace.
From deepest dust to golden morn, in every shade a soul is born.
Your rainbow hujakwa aina zote, beauty comes in every form.
Brown like bark, smooth like stone. None of us walks this path alone.
Light and dark, the gift we bring. Each of us a sacred.
All right, I think I've given everybody enough time to check out the warm-up. The warm-up, this is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. We're about to get this party going. Let's get into this. Let's get into this right now. Winter is coming. A lot of men who had been abusing women will be wearing, let me see if, I want to do it just like that. Just like that. Okay. Will be wearing the same outfit as this man right here. Because you just did too much. You do too much, fellas. Some of you guys, you do too much. Too much banditry going on. Should have left women alone. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And look at this guy. He's wearing a bright orange jersey.
You're 25. When are you going to grow up and stop asking your mom to come down and cry and do this for you. Your
Yep.
mom should be enjoying the best days of her life, not dealing with someone who's 25 years old. Your court is calling 2023 CR 5280, State of Texas versus Kevin Alfred James Jones. That party's in
Oh man, and this is what I don't get. You cause all this banditry, right? And you have the nerve to wear a Michael Jordan t-shirt. That is delusion right there. He really thinks he deserves to wear a Michael Jordan t-shirt. For real.
announced for the record for the state.
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
Lindsay Shaw for Mr. Jones.
And are you Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery, showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Off the record for a moment. Probation, this is an application. We're back on the record. Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams?
I don't know what it is about our community glamorizing drug dealers. And you know those people I'm talking about. Some people that have been in the news quite often literally admitted doing that, including Jeezy. Including Jeezy. We have a problem of glamorizing or pedestalizing criminality. And I think it's something we need to just throw out. If you really want things to get better in our community, you're gonna have to stop supporting men who damage the community. You can be a fan of Chris Brown's, but you know damn well he's a bandit. You shouldn't be saying, "Oh wow, why are they trying to put him in prison?" You should be saying, "Wow, what took so long?" You can be impressed with his talent. You can be impressed with it, but at the same time, the community, especially women, have a right to be safe. And you're trading that in because you're a fanboy or a fangirl for criminals. And I'll never understand that. I never will. I never will. Darnell Elliott's in the house. Darnell says, "Happy birthday, Tevin. I hope you eat plenty of leafy green vegetables and you avoid sugar. Your body is about to," yeah, let me say that. Let me go back in here. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, he was able, remember now, I guess I guarantee you they gave him break after break before he got his orange on. As you see, he's got red on, not orange yet, but red on. Let's see what happens after a while, because mofos just never learn.
Oh, off the record for a moment. So that you understand that the state is not waiving the enhancement paragraph. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
In defense, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So what's being waived is count 1 only, correct?
That is correct. Your Honor.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Any objection to the waiver of count 1?
No objection.
All right. So what you're charged with in count 2 is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment for a second-degree felony is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If the state is able to prove the enhancement paragraph allegation, then your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Now, you would think that basically that's enough for him to start to fly right, and be straight on, straight as an arrow, right? But being a habitual bandit, it just ruins that all. It ruins that. It just kills it. Let's keep going. Here we go.
And counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised?
And Darnell brings up a good point. Thank you, Darnell, by the way. Why is he not wearing a suit? Bars. Look at his body language, yawning before the judge. He must want to go to jail. Yeah, he's bringing the street into the, when you bring the street into the courtroom, bad things happen.
Was you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes,
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. You would agree that you've been previously convicted of 1 or more felonies. Punishment is to be assessed at 9 years in the prison. There's a $2,500 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 4278, and there's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
I
Next-
mean,
I'm showing you out.
they are giving him quite the long rope. Let's keep on going. Here we go.
Outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 220 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And to the enhancement paragraph, how do you plead? True or not true? State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Did exhibit number 1 with all his attachments.
See,
No,
right
Judge.
now, even that though he's in court, he doesn't think winter's on the way. He doesn't think winter is coming. He does not think that he's about to hit the wall.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1
Damn,
and
he nasty. He's scratching his head. I bet he's got some lice up in there. You know, he's just acting like this is like, oh, this ain't nothing. Look at him, thinking he's just gonna be waltzing through, right?
attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement paragraph true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments.
Now he's in court. He's in court because he's basically a drug dealer. And, you know, he's 25 years old. He's got a lot going for himself, doesn't he?
Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Are you employed? That's either yes or no.
No.
So is this, you know, in the red pill world, they try to tell, you know, black women, okay, how to behave for men. For what kind of man? A man like this? A drug dealer? Are you guys trying to train women to accept drug dealers? Is that it? Or D-Rug? I'll say D-Rug for now on. I don't want to mess things up. Is that what you, is this the kind of men, the Kangs, you men have to offer? I bet he had enough intelligence to become a doctor, lawyer, whatever. But no, he took the easy way out. Or really, what's going to be the tough way out? Let's get right to it. Let's get right into it. Here we go.
All right. How long have you been unemployed?
Oh, you can't. How long have you been unemployed? That's like basically he's never been employed. He's always been poisoning the community. He's always been ruining the community. Just like all them other drill rappers and gangsters and all them other people, and then have the nerve to demand something from women. I can't. I can't. That's ridiculous.
Actual 9 to 5.
See, an actual 9 to 5 because all he did was sell D in the community. That's all he did was ruin lives. And I can tell you right now, he has no empathy. This man is an empty vessel. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not even sure. I do side jobs. Moving company.
Side jobs. The cleanest thing he could come up with is a moving company. Angela Reddick in the house.
All right. If you are on probation in this court, I require a job, and I require a job where someone gives you a W-2. You understand?
Well, I'll have to soon. Moving company.
Oh, we got some good ones going on up in here.
You need to provide proof of that.
Angela Reddick says, I love that judge. She always puts folks in their place. Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of them go to, they get their place is prison. Yep. And then Deontay, welcome Deontay. An actual 9 to 5? What's that? You're 100 base. And that's what's getting me. That's what's getting me. I mean, either he's as dumb as a post or he's ruining his life for something. Obviously, he doesn't have enough. If you'll see later, I cannot tell you right now because I do not want to ruin the story. But I will tell you, guess where he's going to live? I put it in the chat where you think he's going to, where he thinks you think he's going to stay, a place that he's going to stay at. And then I'm really going in on the red pill after that.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
What are their ages?
4 and 1 on the way.
Who do you live with?
I don't want my.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Why is he mumbling? Why in the world is he mumbling? You're in court now. Let's hear all that. Let's hear all that shit you talk like you do in the street when you're selling drugs. Let's hear it now. Come on, put some bass up. Put some bass up in your voice, bro.
For everything, and that includes marijuana, alcohol, all of that.
I feel a little dirty.
She doesn't believe him. She doesn't believe in anything.
Have you ever used anything other than marijuana? That's either yes or no. We're not doing notes. We're not doing all of this. And I don't understand. I'm getting some attitude from you, and I don't understand that.
Me too. It's not that obvious attitude. It's the same kind of attitude that dude who got put in his place with Sandy is given. That kind of that what is it? That covert narcissist kind of crap.
If you want to wear a Michael Jordan jersey, Michael Jordan could afford to have attitude because he was exhibiting greatness. You are not. So there's to be no attitude towards me in this court. Do you understand? And you will get a job. Do you understand? Am I speaking a foreign language to you? All right, then you need to answer my question. Do you understand that you will get a job?
Sure, I will get a job.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to step back. You'll wait. I'll take up sentencing later. And counsel, if you want to speak to your client about his attitude.
He tried to bring the street to the courtroom. He tried to bring that street to the courtroom. And she's giving him a break. We're going to get right into this right now, trying to bring that street in the courtroom. Let me tell you, fellas, if you want to go to prison or jail, do exactly what this guy's doing right here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're back on the record in 2023, CR 5280, State of Texas versus Kevin Jones. Defense
Charles Bach.
and state.
Jason Gary.
All right.
At least he got himself a lawyer this time because he was effing up before.
What the court is going to do, the court is going to sentence you to 9 years in prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person.
That's what a bad attitude gets you. That's what a bad attitude gets you. And really, quite honestly, I hope he does all 9, because I don't think he's going to be able to be fixed. And we need to save our community. We need to save our community. We need to keep men like this out of our community. See, y'all want some feminine, friendly, submissive woman, but then you have your friends like this rolling around, or you're like this.
There's to be regular UAs, and he needs to be tested for levels. There's a $2,500 fine. That'll be probated. What are the court costs in this case, please? Take in consideration 2023 CR 4278. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 220 hours of community service restitution.
I mean, yeah, 9 of 10 suspended. That's like, but you know something? I kind of feel the same way about this as I do about the young thug, where they suspended his sentence unless he does something wrong. And they know he's going to do something wrong. I feel the same way. I mean, and it's funny because these brothers right here, the exact same dudes, just like who think just like this, you know, it's ironic he's wearing a red shirt, red shirt. They're the first ones to say, "Oh yeah, the court system is mean to black men." Blah 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 blah. But you hear he just got 9 years off. He just got 9 years suspended, which means that he doesn't have to spend in there for 9 years. Yeah, Darnell says Eden Adele said the 9 years suspended, and then Darnell breaks it down and says, "Thank you again, Darnell. This judge was too nice to him." Yep. And then, and it's funny, Darnell, because then you get these black men, oh yeah, the man's trying to hold the black man down, though he's getting 9 years off. What, you're supposed to let somebody continue to poison the community? Well, he's getting that opportunity, and you're going to find out what's going to happen soon. Here we go.
I'm going to ask for parenting classes. Once he completes that, the community service hours will be.
He don't want none of that. That's kind of torture right there. So maybe they should only give him a year.
Being satisfied. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Look at this dismissive behavior. Looking all around the court, not looking at the judge with respect. Oh yeah, we know the type.
All right, the court costs in this case are $325. Will you be able to pay that in installments?
Yes.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
Did you
Yes.
Sorry, you said 9 years probated for 8?
Yes.
Even the defense guy is like, I don't know about that. But let me tell you, now the wind is getting cold. Now the snow starts to fall. And a man screams, winter is coming. Winter is coming.
All right. If he completes everything successfully, then he can always.
Winter is coming.
Always come back.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. Counsel, did you have a chance to speak with
7
probation?
months later. 7 months later. Winter is here. Winter arrived and it's here. Welcome y'all to Winter is Coming. Another episode. Another episode.
Probation.
I did.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 5280 State of Texas versus Kevon Alfred James Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Casey Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
David A. Garcia, attorney for Kevin Jones.
And are you Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand?
I mean, was given a sweetheart deal. A sweet deal. And he dropped the bag.
And it.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Kevin Alfred James Jones who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 5280 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on January 22nd, 2024 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes,
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1 on or about the 22nd day, May 2024.
Wait, but let me pause it. Let me pause it. I want to make sure I get this volume up on here because I want to make sure everybody hears how dumb this idiot was and what a sweetheart deal he messed up on. I mean, I'm sorry to call him dumb and all that kind of stuff, but come on. I mean, how do you blow that? All you had to do is be an upstanding man, and he couldn't even do that. Let me check and see where is that. Yeah, now there's a volume. Here we go.
Since the defendant Kevin Alfred James Jones committed the offense of evading arrest or detention, violation of condition.
And he ran. And he evaded arrest. He ran.
1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll
Look, he's all like quiet and all mouse like. True, true. It's a shame. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
waive the remaining violated conditions.
It's a shame the way you messed up. It's a shame. I can't hit that note. Let me just keep playing. Here we go.
Objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 9 years in the prison?
yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's Your Honor.
Yes.
And it's to deny the motion to revoke, continue in willingness probation. The state is taking into consideration clause number 766366 and also to have the individual attend state ISF.
That is the agreement, Your Honor.
All
Dang.
right. So why is he continuing to violate? I mean, why is he violating probation?
Well, Judge, if you look at the 3 conditions, 2 of which have now been waived. The evading, I conferred with the state. It was something
And there's another one. Another one bites the dust. 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 Let me shut up. Here we go.
actually filed a motion for continuance because when you look at the police report, it was an execution of a search warrant at a location not my client's. And he was outside of the house. When the police arrived, everyone ran. My client states that he heard bangs. He was fearing for his life. So he ran and hid, and they found him hiding behind a shed in the area.
Ran like a coward.
The report from the probation department shows he's been clean. So that was a stupid mistake, Judge. The state and I looked at it. The motion was to get the video, but we worked out this deal. He's been sitting in jail for 2 months.
Oh man, this is all bad, y'all. This is all bad. I mean, he was handed a sweetheart deal. 9 years, he was convicted of 9 years or whatever they call it, and was given 8 years, supervised or whatever the hell they call it these days. where he could be out, probation, basically. He couldn't even do that. And he, 6 months later,
His mother's present, who supports him and loves him. Other than that, the other violation was something about proof of change of address. And I think when he was arrested, he gave I think his father's address or something, which is different. And then I think the last one.
So he lied to the courts, basically. He lied to the courts.
Was not.
He gave his father's address. He doesn't stay with his father. Guess who he stays with, though?
Completing community service or something like that. So he's been working on doing well. We're hoping that the three months in ISF will make sure that he understands he cannot afford any mistakes. And we're hoping that you grant him this opportunity to prove himself and keep him on probation.
He already did. He already proved himself. I don't see what more how much more proof do you need? She already gave him a huge break.
All right, and state with regards to this evading, I haven't seen the police report.
Would you like the police? I mean, pretty much the rendition is that it was a drug house that he was standing outside of and with another gentleman.
Okay, let me tell you something. He is in prison for drugs. They give him a chance prior to this to stay out. And their one main thing is stay the F away from drugs. A drug house doesn't exactly qualify, if you know what I mean.
When the officers arrived at DPS, they did run off and did not stop when asked to stop. It has to be evaded.
All right, thank you. You may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Why is it takes people to get arrested to decide they're going to change their life and they want to do things differently? He
Right.
should not have even been outside a known drug house. And I don't want to hear, I didn't know it was a known drug house, because if you live in a neighborhood, no matter where you stay, you know what house is the house that you shouldn't be at.
I think the gentleman he was speaking to was his uncle, which doesn't excuse where he was judged, but that's the situation we have.
And doesn't excuse giving fake addresses,
Shout out to Cyber in the house.
doesn't excuse any of this. How old are you?
25.
You want to raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Keegan Jones.
Do you know what your conditions of probation are?
Yes, sir.
Do you know part of your conditions of probation, you can't hang around people who've been in prison, who are out of prison, who are on probation? Do you realize that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but that's all he knows. Those are the only kind of people he knows. And that's number one. That's all the people he knew. And then number two is he didn't give a F. He wanted to F around. That's what he wanted to do. And he found out, and he got himself a little orange jersey for it.
So is your uncle out of prison, been on probation, any of those things?
10 years ago. Yes, ma'am.
You can't hang around him.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't hang around any family member who's been in and out, who's been to prison, out of prison, on probation. It's not allowed while you're on probation. Do you want to go to prison? Then why are you behaving like you want to go to prison?
Because he thinks he's going to get break after break, just like Diddy did, just like Chris Brown did. Yeah, Chris Brown. Y'all forgot about him, huh? Yeah, old Chris beat him down Brown. Chris beat him down Brown accidentally and beat the wrong man down. And winter is coming for Chris very soon. You can love him as much as you want, but winter is coming for him. And it's all his fault. Back to this man right here.
Why? You're 25. When are you going to grow up? And stop asking your mom to come down and cry and do.
They talk all that about Black women all day, every day. And when they get in trouble and they're down, Guess who they asked for? The first person they asked for help. The first person they asked for help is a black woman. The first person.
Do this for you. Your mom should be enjoying the best days of her life, not dealing with someone who's 25 years old. You're a grown man and you're behaving like a child. When's the last time you had employment?
Before this happened.
Doing what?
Working at a moving company.
And how far did you go in school?
What were you moving? That's the question she needed to ask him. Phoenix Soul is in the house. What were you moving, bro? Were you what? Were you moving weed or what, something else? Or were you actually moving furniture? Because from now on, you can't get any kind of other job. It's not like you can be a banker or something like that. Because you messed up your own life. And then I guarantee you he's going to turn around. Well, the man won't give me a job. The man won't give me a job. Let me keep going. Here we go.
I graduated.
And what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life? Other than hanging out with people you shouldn't be hanging around?
Need to stay out of trouble.
Well, everybody, I'm staying out of trouble. Are you staying out of trouble?
I try, Judge. I don't.
Everybody's staying out of trouble, unless it's good trouble. You're staying in bad trouble. And then you come to the court and you want to beg me to give you another chance. And you bring your...
Exactly. I mean, they do the misogynistic shit in the streets. They do it on YouTube, talking that smack about women should be submissive and shit. But then they turn right around and beg black women for something. And then you have the nerve to act like you're supposed to be a strong man. Brother, please. I'd like to use a different, but you know what I mean.
Your mom down here, when she has to pay for parking, I don't know if she drove or she took the bus, but she could have been doing something else with her day.
Mhm.
Instead, she's dealing with a grown man who don't want to behave well.
Right.
Probation, is this what you all are asking for? Yes. All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include the MRT,
What?
ISF, and upon release, I want him on GPS, and it's going to be partial, and it's for employment only. So what that means is you're going to be on GPS. The only thing you're allowed to do on GPS is go to work and go back home. Who are you going to be living with?
Okay, in the chat, please respond and let me know, what do you think? You think how long he's going to be out before he goes back in? Put a number in the chat. Here we go.
Mother.
Does your mom
Eden Adele in the house as well.
want you living with her?
Yes.
Did you ask her? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
If I call her up here, is she gonna say you asked her, can I live with you?
He didn't ask her.
Yes.
He didn't.
All right, so I see you looking up to see. Is he allowed to stay with you?
He does. But he's gonna abide by what I say.
All right, if you can come forward, please. Move over there.
It's a shame.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Anya Bledsoe?
All right. Is this your son?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he's saying that he has your permission to live at your home. Is he allowed to live at your home?
Yes, he is.
All right. So he's going to be on GPS. He will only be allowed to go to work, then he has to come home.
Yes, ma'am.
If he violates those conditions, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you think your son needs to be successful?
If I tell you,
No, tell me.
you need to listen.
Okay.
I say, your people are the wrong. Your choices of the people are the wrong thing.
in your mind. You can't get over.
Cyber, I couldn't agree more. She looks tired. She looks worn down. I bet she is just worried all the time about her son getting in the streets and doing crap. There's nothing she can do about that. She can, the best thing she can do is just remind herself she gave it her best. But sometimes a monster is just a monster.
You know, he was raised the correct way. So what he has done it doesn't make any sense. Following somebody is no good. Be a leader.
Mhm.
That's what I try to teach him. You know, he's a good kid. He really and truly is. It's just like,
No, he's not. No, he's not. No. I'm sorry, Mom. He's not.
like I say, following the wrong, even family.
He's
I have to
not
cut
following
mine
the wrong. He's not following the wrong crowd. He is the wrong crowd.
out too.
Mhm.
You know, so he will work. He helps me out with everything.
Exactly, Cyber. Yep. It wears you down like this. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you got to divest from street culture. That's the best thing you can do is divest from street culture. Make it what you want it to be, but divest from street culture. That's the bottom line.
He's a good kid, very mannerable and everything. And not to bring up when he was with you first time, I told him, you went up there and you let that lady tell you when you shouldn't have even acted like she wasn't talking to you. And I told him, you are to apologize to her. You know, that's the proper thing.
But he never did. We never saw the apology. But we saw him having his attitude, and now he got that orange on. You know what I mean? Oh, no. The fact she's saying kid when he had 25. And during that 90 days, he'll probably make another baby. Yep. His enablers are just making everything worse in the name of love. Love. Yep. Well said, Eden. And then Phoenix Soul breaks it down perfectly by saying, if that woman's head goes cold, he'll be out just searching for a woman's coach to borrow for himself. Yep.
Proper thing because he wasn't raised like that. You know, I love him to death, but I will. And he has left home before. I told him, you think you're going to run around here and do what you want to do? Get your thing.
You want to know something? I just caught it. She's talking as if he's like 14 years old. She's literally talking in context about her son like he's 14 years old, which tells me that more than likely she's given this story before all the way through whatever. That's my assumption, by the way. But it's sad that she knows he's a mental child.
And go. I'm not going to deal with that.
Okay.
So, you know, I spoke with him this time. Yes, he did. You know, my mama do the right thing. Okay, because I will call the police. I will turn him in. I don't have a problem with that because I don't need the candy.
All right. So let me just tell you, I'm going to make sure you
She said that a lot. I can tell. This is practiced.
give your address to probation because when he's released from custody, that's where he's going to be staying.
Yes, ma'am.
And she will give you the phone number of who his probation officer is going to be.
Yes, ma'am. And I do believe as far as that address thing, on his ID is 522.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. I'm going to continue him. We're starting from ground zero right now.
Okay.
So he's going to know where he needs to stay. And that's where we'll be. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And Judge, regarding the GPS, can
All
we
right.
waive the fees?
Oh, just 1 second. Come back up, Mr. Jones. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here
don't
he is
be
right
bound-
here. I guarantee you he's going to be back on YouTube. Yeah, women gotta treat me good. You gotta cooks for me. My mommy cooks for me. That I guarantee you this is the epitome of red pill. Red pill men behave just like he does because he obviously doesn't care about his mom. Otherwise, he wouldn't do what he's doing, putting all them gray hairs in her head. And he's the same type of dude that complains about black women.
On your head, like you have some kind of shame. Your mother is saving your life. You understand?
Yes.
All right. The court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include MRT, ISF upon release, and he's to remain in custody until transferred to ISF cognitive. There's going to be GPS partial for employment only. Waive GPS.
He wanted to yawn, but he held himself because he doesn't want another 3 or 4 years packed on.
Fees, and it's going to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. And you are to reside with your mother.
Oh, so fellas, what's up with this protector and provider crap? This dude can't protect or provide, and a whole lot of you ain't much better off than he is. So what you gonna do? You're gonna literally ask women who are better off than you to treat you like a king, though you are undeserving. You got to get the heck out of here.
Until further notice.
That's state ISF, right, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You may think you're an adult, but guess what? You're going to be living in your mom's home. So she has her rules. If she wants the television off at 10, television goes off at 10. If you want to make your own rules, you need to get your own place. And I'm telling you right now, you are not allowed to leave your mother's house or go live somewhere else without the court's permission.
So he's living at his mother's house. What happened to his dad? What happened to his uncles? Oh, that's right. His uncle's the guy who went into prison beforehand. So he can't stay with him. Oh, now it's starting to make sense. Okay, I get it now. Let's keep this going. Some Shannon Sharp news. Here we go.
Well, David, the first hearing in the lawsuit against Pro Football Hall of Famer.
So Shannon Sharp, as you know, he did some bandit stuff as well. He wanted to go ahead and literally, and I mean quite literally, date sexually women 1/3 his age. 1/3 his age. And he's a role model. I mean, basically, ESPN was about to pay him $100 million. A lot of that was to be a role model. Couldn't do it. So let's see what happens.
Shannon Sharp taking place today. An anonymous Las Vegas woman suing him for $50 million, saying that he sexually assaulted her. 8 News Now reporter Jessamine Wolk was in the courtroom and shares where the case stands right now.
The first hearing taking place in the building behind me. Only one attorney showing up on behalf of Team Sharp and no attorney showing up on behalf of Jane Doe. In the courtroom, District Court Judge Anna Albertson expressing her disappointment that the woman who filed the $50 million lawsuit did not have a legal representative present.
Whether to set up perhaps a settlement conference.
I mean, that's just like irresponsible, but we'll see what happens. The case was not dismissed, by the way.
Or to set hearings for litigation, you'd expect all parties to be present. It's certainly strange.
Robert Draskovich, a criminal attorney in Nevada, combing through the court documents. Although he is not working on this case, in his expert opinion, he does not feel the move was in the woman's best interest.
I can't see a tactical advantage to be gained by failing to appear. Obviously, if the judge expressed surprise that counsel was not present, I don't see how that could be in Jane Doe's best interest.
As for Team Sharp, Attorney Robert DeMarco spoke as his single representative, claiming the others were working on other cases out of town.
Damn, he sounds like Shannon sounds like he's important. So he has a okay. So here's Shannon, right? All Mr. Respectable and representing the black community. Yeah, he is. He is. He actually is. They'd rather vote this guy in except for somebody else. And the idiot, knowing he had $100 million deal on the table, gets himself into trouble with a 19-year-old woman, blaming that woman, girl, for his woes. He lost that $100 million all by himself. Should have never have been. I mean, it's bad enough if, he's damn near he's damn near 60. This is what happens when you date people 1/3 your age.
DeMarco spoke as his single representative, claiming the others were working on other cases out of town. DeMarco sharing that Sharp's legal team is mainly from New York, but in Draskovich's opinion, he doesn't feel that's the best move for the civil lawsuit filed in Clark County.
Generally, it's better to have homegrown counsel. I mean, if you have a matter pending in Nevada, it's good to have Nevada counsel.
Sharp's team asking to review the progress of the case at a later date. The judge shared her surprise that Sharp's team would not want to get this settled sooner. However,
I know, really.
She ultimately granted their request.
Winter is coming for Shannon Sharp. I know. I apologize. I apologize to you, Shannon. Winter arrived $100 million ways. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you did that, man. I don't get it. As soon as they started in talks with you about your deal, let me put him back on this. Let me put him back on this on full mass because I got to talk to this man. Okay. As soon as they started speaking to you about 100 mil, you would think you would would at least straighten up. You knew you were putting yourself in danger by, I wouldn't call it violently. Let's call it let's call it irresponsibly dating somebody that's just the front lobe has not formed yet. You can't even blame her. Nobody go out there and mean mug this woman, this girl. He should have been nowhere near 19. Hey, 19 won't, but let me shut up. The talented women in my chat are probably right now just cringing. But anyway, because I cannot sing for nothing. But yeah, shout out to Ghost. I think his lawyers knew the chick would not have representation that day. I agree. And with that said, let me drop the link because, I'll drop it right there. So anyway, we're done with Shannon, but you see that, this is when you bring winter on yourself, that is a problem. And if you know by first two examples, that's what's going down. Ladies, this is a short comedy cut for you. You know how Kevin Samuels used to say, buy a dog and die alone and all that kind of crap? Hell yeah, do buy a dog. Because before winter hits these dudes, they act crazy. Here's an example. That's what I'm talking about. My dog right there. My dog, Miss Alto in the house. that my dog getting down, he's protecting and providing. He's protecting, you know, his mom, and he's providing defense. That's about as good as it gets. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that dog do not like that man right there. So you know that's not somebody to date. Yeah, what you trying to do, bro? What you trying to do, bro? What you trying to do, bro? Yeah, what? What you trying to do, bro? Yeah. Yeah. Cane. It's a cane. You know? So yes, I endorse buying a dog and dying happy. You know, yeah. Definitely buy a dog. I'm 100% for that. Okay. So we're gonna touch on DD for a minute. DDG.
The incident prompted Halle.
Okay, so basically this is what's going down right here. We're not gonna go through Halle Bailey because we always do, but you know, DDG's being a jerk. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see if this is it.
I love you always.
Help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else.
Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so let me start it right here.
January. They broke up back in October, and Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claimed DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out."
Girl says, I have a cat, 12 pounds, which is pretty damn big. But she will sneak up on you and out of you.
Of my car, BITCH. Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state.
Right. He didn't care about the kid. He didn't care about the kid. He cared about abusing Halle some more. And that's the problem when you have a child with a bandit. They will use a child as an excuse to get to you.
That's when they allegedly started wrestling with DDG, pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel.
Sounds like he's trying to do a copy, a Chris Brown copy, like Chris Brown did to Rihanna. Right there, he should be. I mean, I'm like, look, you got to put that dude in jail. I'm sorry, I'm just no
and
longer a
chipping
fan.
her tooth. OMG. OMG, there's a picture right here too. And the tooth is chipped.
Yeah, there it is. Let me pause it right there. Yeah. Slammed her against it. I don't know about you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you, but if somebody slams my head against the steering wheel, I think it's time to leave. You know, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying you have to leave, but I'm saying, like, if somebody's calling you a B and slamming your head against the steering wheel, I don't know. That might be a good time to like call it a day, and might even want to call up some security. The fact that he still thinks he should be out is ridiculous. I don't see how he's out. He should be really arrested for that. I mean, the problem that we have is that it doesn't help to tolerate abuse because all they do is get worse. That's it. I mean, how many times does a man actually go, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. It'll never happen again"? That is extremely rare. It's extremely rare. unless they find another victim, it's extremely rare. They'll just like get an epiphany after putting hands and feet.
Imagine the force. And you could imagine her mouth must have been blown up and bleeding. Oh, Halle says she was in pain and crying. And although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they'll take care of the baby, she left, hysterical and with bruises on her arms. To go along with her chipped tooth, she attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request.
Now, what's sad about DDG, he's not nearly as talented as Chris Brown, but he's still doing the same things. That's crazy to me. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
For a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped.
That's a bruise. Darnell, what do you think? Is that a bruise to you? That looks like a bruise to me. Discoloration right there.
I can only in the StreamYard, I can only see you.
Oh, wait. Oh my God. How did I? Oh, how did I lose my picture, man? I must have hit the wrong button or something. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up. I've been messing it up. Hold on, everybody. I'll go back around through this real quick. Damn. I was cooking too. There we go. Okay. So where did I lose Fumi at? Could you hear Fumi?
Yeah, I could hear her. It's just you had the display on you.
Oh, shoot. I don't want the display on me. I mean, I think I look all right, but I don't need this display on me. Okay, did I show you the chip tooth? Did anybody see the chip tooth?
No, I didn't.
Okay, here's a chip tooth
It might
right
have been
here.
when I was clicking over.
Okay. Here's a chip tooth, y'all. I don't see, I mean, she's a little mermaid. What are you doing out with such a jerk? I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not blaming her because he was probably very sweet in the beginning and all that kind of shit. But after he did that diss track, I was like, I don't know. So let me hurry up and get to I'm trying to get to the place where, okay, let me stop here. Okay, here we go.
And the tooth is chipped. You can imagine the force. And you can imagine her mouth must have been blown up and bleeding. Oh, Halle says she was in pain and crying. And although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her
that was brave.
they'll take care of the baby, she left, hysterical and with bruises on her arms. To go along with her chipped tooth, she attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request for a restraining order.
Yeah, that's a bruise. That's bad.
Yeah, you can definitely see it's definitely bruised, contusion, or either that or it's Photoshop, but it's definitely, there's definitely a mark there.
Right. But she went to court with it, so I don't believe it's Photoshopped. The reason why is because you lose your case, if you know what I mean. But
that's true.
And that's checked for. So basically, this is who she married, another Mr. Hands and Feet. Here we go.
She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a picture of Halle's empty bed to her, along with a text. Now I know what you've been on.
That right there, let me tell you something, Darnell. You can't fix that. You can't fix that. This man needs some time in prison. You cannot fix that.
Yeah, I mean, if he did break into her home, well, I mean, yeah, there's something wrong there. I mean, you breaking into someone's home, and then
Yeah.
man, I forget what they call that. There's a term.
Well, stalking for one, but there's a play. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's some other name for it.
Yeah, I forget. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, that's dangerous. But the point is, that's very dangerous behavior.
Yes, he sounds like somebody who could do some very dangerous stuff. I mean, Angela Ruddock says you got to start asking these ninjas what their childhood and parents were like on the first dates. Yep, you gotta treat the first date like it's a therapy session and find out what these dudes are about. If they tell you anything about cheating or beating, then you gotta exit that as nicely as you can. Do not say how dare you and leave, because he might follow you, and because
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I can understand, why you would feel that way, and and you're right. It is a fair question, but you also have to remember it's a two-way street. So,
well, I'm here to protect women, so it's a one-way street for me.
Well, I understand, but can you imagine the guy on a date? Hey, how many bodies were you sleeping with before me?
Yeah, that's not the point. What Angela's referring to is finding out whether you got a sociopath in front of you.
Right. And
asking a person how many bodies they got is not going to do anything. That's an inappropriate question. The thing is that
my point.
A woman deserves to know who she's dealing with, because I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, a man you feel free. I mean, absolutely. If you'd like, ask how, when you got on a date with a woman, feel free to ask her, how was your childhood, as well. But the bottom line is generally men are stronger than women, and generally in our community, more volatile and can do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't ask me why it's like that, but it's like that. I mean, I understand we had that debate over, lesbian relationships and everything like that about, children. Mm-hmm. That was about children. But basically, it's 90-10. Women cost 10% of the damage. Men cost 90% of the damage when it comes to a relationship dynamic. So whatever a woman can do to protect themselves, including not going out on a date with somebody you think is a nut job, is a very good choice. I do not want to dilute that at all. I mean, they were cute for a minute, but when he started that weird rap calling her a B and everything, I was like, okay, this is going south already. And this relationship is only like 2 months old. He already felt like he owned her, and he still thinks he owns her now. So I don't know. She should have been a criminal complaint, because he's not going to stop.
Well, I mean, that's definitely breaking into her bedroom. That's definitely a breaking and entering at a minimum. Hell, I mean, you could throw some more charges on there. Stalking, intent to harm, you could throw a lot of charges into that one, but I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I actually was doing some research just over a week ago, and I found out IPV, intimate partner violence, is actually more common among bisexual women.
We already went over that. But
that's the thing. You're saying that men are more dangerous.
Pause for 1 second, because I don't know if I can bring this up, but I went over that. I went over that, and you know what they said? It's niggas 90-10.
Well, when it comes to bisexual women, the problem is that
Darnell, hold on. Darnell, hold on. What they're calculating is verbal abuse as well with women.
Verbal abuse, physical.
Verbal abuse with women. But as far as
wait,
Darnell, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. Because I did this, I went and I hit up Gemini yesterday, and and they made it clear. Let me see if I have it. That it's this is it. Unconfirmed. They made it clear that it's misconception. It's misconceptualized. Black women are damaged by 90% of the damage that black women take are from black men. Now you can spin it around and put it in some juice and then put some olive oil in there. At the end of the day, it's black men putting black women in the ground. It's that simple. I'm still looking for it.
When it comes to IPV, that's violence. That's not abuse. So that's violence. That means
so
physical.
Let me ask you this. I'll tell you what. We'll have a debate on it someday soon. But I guarantee you, you're going to find out if you do the deep research, but that black men are putting black women in the ground more than black women are putting black women in the ground. It's 90-10, bro.
Well, when you're talking about unaliving, yes, but you're talking red rum, so that's a whole different category. And yes, more
not
men.
Really, no, it's what I'm talking about.
No, but I said
IPV.
I said IPV, as in IPV just means some kind of physical altercation. Doesn't have to be red rum.
So it could be a push. It can be a slap.
It could be a push, slap. It could be usually if there's a mark, blood, bruising involved.
Let me ask you this: who is doing more damage to black women? Black women or black men? And when I'm talking about damage, I mean like bruises and shit, deep bruises, DDG type shit, Diddy type shit. Who's doing that more?
Well, if men commit only 28%.
Wait, you're saying men only commit 28% DV?
That's the statistics I found, yes.
Well, okay, I got to shut that down right now. Hold on.
No, it's true.
Are you saying 28%. Men or are you saying black men?
Men. Men as a whole, 28%.
Okay. I deal with black people. Hold on one second. What?
Well, even if you throw black people, I mean, granted, yes, black men will be higher.
Hold on. Percentage. Wait, that's how that. Which? Okay. Let me see if I can bring up this particular box. Shit, I can't. It's got my other name on there. Okay. This is what the data says, and I'm reading this. According to the CDC's National Intimate Partner SUO Violence Survey, about 1 in 4 women have experienced severe physical violence by an intimate partner. When broken down by race of victim, 40 to 50%, wow, it's starting to go up, are black women. 35 to 40% are Caucasian women, and 35 to 40% are Caucasian women, and 30 to 35% are Hispanic or Native American women. Trying to pin DV. Now, let me go into who causes the most
Yeah,
damage.
rates are
Wait,
rates
hold
are
on,
high.
hold on. Damage to Black women in relationships.
That's a disingenuous question there.
No, it's not. Who
That's
causes
a
the
very
most? Who causes the most damage to Black women in relationships? That's I
Well,
didn't. Let's
that's a
find
very
out.
disingenuous question.
No. Okay, here we go. It says 90% of Black women are deleted by men they know.
Correct.
Okay.
Usually it's
That's 90%.
proximity, and
So
we.
then the 10%
That's
are
because
women,
it's
maybe.
that's because it's proximity, and usually when it comes to
now
Black
you're talking
women, they're going
oh
to
my
date.
God.
It's the
Oh my
truth.
God.
You just read it right there. It's by somebody they know. So that's the key word, by somebody they know.
But then
So
wait,
again, that's the proximity right there.
Darnell, you're starting to move the goalpost.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. You literally just read it.
We originally started this debate on who is damaging Black women the most. Then you brought up that lesbian relationships are the most violent, or whatever you want to call it. IPV,
No.
right?
Bisexual. But that's because women that are bisexual typically are abused by both men and women. So that's why theirs is going to be high.
So we can't even really like mix that in. Bottom line is niggas are putting it to women right now, and not in a good way.
But now
that's
the problem.
At the end of the day, okay, it's men putting it on women, putting women in boxes, or sending them up to the upper room. It's that simple. I mean,
again, as far as
bringing
red rum,
in a dynamic of bisexual relationships, and now you say bisexual. I thought we were talking about lesbian, and then whatever.
Well, lesbian is actually higher than heterosexual.
But most of those women are not putting. See, the thing is this: I'm trying to stop the flood, not the little trickles. The flood is men.
The flood is the higher number.
Men. It's 90%.
No, sir.
10%.
We're talking.
So that 90%. 90% of the time, men are putting women in pine boxes.
That's because when it comes to when it comes to red rum, when it comes to red rum, I mean, you're correct. More men is just a natural number. More men commit.
But see, I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point. I think the point is this: if men were not in the hood, there would not be a hood.
But and then two, well, actually, I would disagree with that. But
okay, so what would make the hood if men left?
The hood. What makes the hood is usually lack of economic opportunities. So, i.e., if there was no men, let's just pretend in this perfect world that there was no men, for example, but you had everything. There was nothing but women. Women could reproduce on their own.
Okay.
Yada yada.
Did you watch earlier? Did you watch this video earlier?
Which video is that?
Men were given opportunities. Judges were giving out like 9 years. I mean, the guy was supposed to go to jail for 9 years, but the judge gave him 8 years.
You know I did. I super chatted in.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So okay, let's use that as an argument. I mean, he had his opportunity, right?
Yes, he did. The guy was a dumbass. Well, you're going to show up into a courtroom with no suit, yawning, don't seem to be very interested, being disrespectful to a judge. I mean, normally, matter of fact, where was his lawyer telling him?
Let me pause you for 1 second. Let me pause you for 1 second. Don't you think that maybe? Don't get me wrong. There is discrimination in the job place. I know that, but don't you think that if a guy has the same attitude as this dude in court did, right? Don't you think that has more to do with why they're failing than, institutionalized racism? I mean, if anything, we're just helping. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or institutionalized racism. Don't get me wrong. It's messed up. It's effed up. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen to me. So I understand that part of it. But at the same time, I'm not going to run up there in court and act like dude did and expect to get, a fit, feminine, and submissive judge to tell him that he's okay and fine. Okay. So the thing is that I understand you can say that, but you have to understand let me ask you this question. Who controls the hood?
Who controls? Well, it depends on who you talk to. If you listen to black exploitation films of the 70s, it's the man.
Okay. So because men can always control because they can physically impose themselves. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. But now you got to talk about but which man in general?
Then let me put Tev up here, and then on top of that, women cannot make each other pregnant, right? If that's the case, then who's controlling the hood? Because they're the ones making women pregnant and then running around saying, baby mama, baby mama, baby mama.
And they're just not doing that with black women. They do that with every other race of women, too. Because I see so many YT single mothers with biracial children. It's ridiculous. Especially when I go to Walmart.
Tevin brings up a good point. Let me move forward, though. I think we're done with Halle.
Did y'all hear about the McDonald's situation?
Yes.
Who? What?
The McDonald's in Detroit.
What? Oh, the one with the woman jabbed the other woman?
And the woman that got stabbed was the manager.
Yeah, I remember that. But
that happened just a few days ago.
But I understand that. But you know why it made news? You guys know why?
Because she was black.
No, I think it made news because of, from what they just said at the scene, they couldn't stop her. She was unstoppable. Guy had to pull a gun on her.
Right, but do you know why it made the news? Because, those things happen every day. You guys don't? Let me tell you why.
Of course, that girl
because it's rare. Because it's rare. Wait, give me a second. It's rare for women to kill each other. They do, but compared to men, I'm not going to say it's rare, but let's say compared to men, it's rare. It's like
and women unalive men too.
Yeah. But the problem is, DJ Torch, even though it's rare, it's growing. It's growing. Okay. That's the problem.
Okay, let me stop you for a second. Number one,
we understand.
I don't know about you. Wait, Tevin, stop. Tevin, stop. I don't know about what you've been seeing, but it's what at the most you usually see a whole lot of different races of women offing black men. In fact, the last bunch. Remember the woman who stabbed that muscular guy like 3 or 4 times in the chest? And she called self-defense.
Yeah, there was another one. She was cleaning her firearm and it discharged it. Some kind of way shot the guy perfectly.
But the thing, I guess my point
is
this.
The reason that happened was she pulled the trigger. Wow.
And it was an accident while she was cleaning. It just happened
right.
I know it wasn't an accident.
This is my point. If you know how to clean a gun, then you know how to keep an accident from happening. That's how I see it.
Correct.
Okay,
you're always supposed to check it, and you're always supposed to check it, and make sure that there's nothing in the chamber. There's no magazine attached.
You have to admit. Remember when that black woman went to prison for like 8 years or something like that for shooting the ceiling? Remember that? Remember that?
No, can you refresh my
It was
memory?
a long time ago. She was getting beat up. She was getting hands and feeted. So she grabbed a gun and she shot the ceiling of her apartment or whatever, right? To make him stop.
Yeah.
And she got 5 or 6 years for it.
Yeah, that's because somebody might have could have been dwelling
No,
top.
she got it for attacking him. I know what you mean, but yeah, she got it for attacking him. And now they might have threw on a little extra for that, but basically, yeah.
The problem is, though, if you're in an apartment complex and somebody's above you and you fire a shot, even if it's a warning shot, that's illegal.
I know where you're going, but I like to say, except if you're an officer, you can do that all day.
Well, of course.
Okay, let me go on to Gervonta Davis. Here we go.
Developing right now, a well-known boxer arrested right here in South Florida. Gervonta Davis is accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in Doral.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. This is a different one because he did that he did that a year ago. So let's see what they have. Gervonta Davis, I used to love the way he boxed. But the problem is when he started putting hands and feet, on somebody who doesn't box, that's when I have a problem.
And this is not the first run-in with the law. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live outside of the jail in West Miami-Dade.
And I know you have some details on this latest arrest for the boxer, Roy.
Christy and Alexis, the charge he is facing is battery with domestic violence. And you mentioned this was an ex-girlfriend, but it is also the mother of his children. That, according to police. Let's show you who we're talking about here. You were looking at the mugshot of professional and well-known boxer, 30-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He was arrested by Miami Beach police early this morning on a warrant for his arrest following an alleged incident that happened in June on Father's Day. In the arrest report we obtained, Davis is accused of striking and slapping the mother of his children in the face, causing injuries to her lip as he arrived to pick up his kids from her Doral home.
You see the pattern, ladies and gentlemen? They use children to get to you in one way or the other, whether it's for sex or for abuse. That's how it goes down. That's how it goes down. I mean, the best thing I would say in a situation like this is have a male figure give them their child, because he just went over there. Well, he really didn't go over. He probably doesn't give a F about the kid, but what he cares about is putting hands and feet on the mother.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time Davis has made headlines for his run-ins with the law involving domestic violence. I tried to speak with him back in 2022 as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail for allegedly hitting his ex-girlfriend outside his Parkland home, causing injuries to her face. In 2020, he was seen on video grabbing his ex-girlfriend by the throat at a celebrity basketball game. Well, Davis is known for his
moly. If they're going to do that, see, and the thing is this, she needs to get, see, in our community, we make this too common. Like, if he doesn't feel any shame for that, and he feels comfortable to do it out in the front of everybody.
He was seen on video grabbing his ex-girlfriend by the throat at a celebrity basketball game. While Davis is known for his fight in the ring, it is his fight with the law that he is facing off with once again. And Davis is expected to face a
lot
judge.
of dudes will say, "Oh, yeah, she deserved it. She deserved it." What do you guys think? What do you think? I mean, what's up with that? What's up? What do you think? You think it's her fault?
I don't know at this point.
I don't know this the whole context of the situation.
Oh my fucking God.
Should he? Well, hold on, DJ Torch. I mean, should he be assaulting her? Hell no. But again,
then what kind of context are we talking about?
Because DV is usually a very complicated affair. It's never so cut and dry.
Okay, it's like this.
I mean, just look at the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation.
And you did nothing. If I get up, right, even if you mouthed at me and everything, right, and we're two dudes, right, and I grab your neck, right, and start choking you, don't you believe I should go to jail?
Well, yes,
if
that's called assault.
Then okay,
So,
then what's going on right here?
I would say
Well,
this.
but
If
again, I'm
Oh
sorry,
my God.
Kevin. Go ahead and then
Oh
I'll
my
go.
God. Oh my God.
if I start something, if I put if I start something with my if I had a girlfriend at the moment and like if I push her, she knocked my ass out. And I would tell them don't arrest me because I would tell them to let her off because I the one that started it.
Yeah, but
I
unfortunately, in
read
that situation, though, Tevin, if she knocked you out and you just said something to her, that is assault. You know, and the police
but what
they're
if I
not going to
put my
care.
hands on her first and she beat
Oh,
my
if you
ass,
put your
I'm going
hands
to
on her
jail
first,
too.
that's called mutual combat.
You don't mute. You want to know something, guys? There is no
What's
such
that?
thing as mutual combat with a woman unless she's Clarissa Shields or somebody. All you need to
No,
do is get the
law
fuck out the
disagrees.
room.
Towards these
The
women
the
these days is
the
not weak.
laws disagree.
No, unless she's got something that's lethal. F that. I don't give a damn. I am not hitting a woman back. Now you guys can do all you want to do, but
I
just
wouldn't want
know
to hit
that
a
I don't
woman
agree
back
with that
either,
shit.
but
No,
Well,
no. I mean,
unfortunately,
the thing is this.
unfortunately, DJ Torch, you got this thing called the law. You
No,
know, and
I
the
don't
law.
care about the
Yes.
freaking law. Well, you know what I care about?
Wait a minute.
I care
You
about
You
logic.
don't care about the law.
I care about logic. I care about
Wait a minute.
logic. There's the law
No,
says
you-
that. Wait. See, the thing is that when it comes to a situation like this, we are like way. I'm sorry, I got to say it, way fucking stronger than women most of the time. Unless they're gym rats or something, we're way fucking stronger than them. You are not. That's like a kid slapping you in the face or something, or kicking you in the shin, and then you fucking wail on them anyway, him or her. That's disgusting to me. And
tell that to Johnny Depp.
I'm not done yet. I need to make it clear that's some bullshit. I mean, that's the problem we have. Well, you want to hide behind a law instead of just saying, look, well, all you need to do is we're faster than women and we're quicker than women most of the time. Duck and move, get out of the fucking place and let that woman cool off and go get the police if you need to. But I know one freaking thing I'm not going to do. I know one freaking thing I'm not going to do is turn around and start freaking boxing a woman because she's mad and she starts hitting me on my arm that I can barely fucking feel. No.
I'm glad to hear that, DJ, but at the same time, too, again, these things are never. Hold on a second. No, the point is that these things, it's not like that where sometimes, yes, you are correct. You try to get out as soon as you can, but guess what? She's going to block the door. She's not going to let you out. She's going to continue to start beating on you, scratching on you, and everything.
I'm going to blow that excuse. Let me give you
no. I listen to you. I listen to you. You got to listen to me.
I'm going to blow that excuse out of the water right now. You want to know why?
You got no way out.
If she's at the door, at the door holding back the door, number one, places have a back door. Number two, if she's holding the door, she ain't in your face.
There's no back. There is no back. No, there is no back door. You're in the bedroom. There's only one door.
Now you're making up. Now you're making up logistics.
That's how these things.
You didn't bring it up.
That's how these things work. That's the point that I'm making. Is that these situations are never so cut and dry. Sometimes
I would not
you're going to have
my
people.
Hands on one of these days because they crazy as fuck these days.
Exactly. I mean, just look at the case with Johnny Depp.
They got a bunch of brothers.
Okay. Wait, no. Let me go to Tevin. Tevin, when was the last time you had to fight a woman off of you?
Never.
Okay, Darnell. When was the last time you had to fight a woman off of you?
Never.
Then what the fuck?
Because it happens.
Oh my God!
Because it does happen. Look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I mean, they just had a damn civil.
No.
Yes.
We're not bringing up that crap.
No.
You wanna know
That's
why?
not crap.
Do you
No,
wanna
the
know
reason
why?
you don't want to bring it up is because you're losing.
No.
And
Do you want to know why we're not
yes.
bringing that up? Do you
Why?
want to know why we're not bringing it up? Because she
Yes,
ain't
I
black
want to
and
know.
he ain't black.
It don't matter.
So
It
how
does,
you
race
vote
has
move
nothing
different?
to do with.
please change the
White
subject?
folk
We
DV
been
is
move
on this damn
different.
subject for
DV.
15 minutes now.
White folk
DV
move
is
different.
DV. It don't matter. You
Look.
cannot. You cannot. Now you're moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Angela
They're
Reddick
not
said
black.
she got to go
You're
for she
moving the
could start
goalpost to
their
white
house.
people.
Wow.
No,
We're not
because
here.
it
We're not
doesn't
here to
matter.
judge white people.
DV
We're not
is
here to judge
DV.
white people. And people aren't
DV is
people.
DV. It doesn't matter
No, it's
about
not.
race. It's DV is
It's
DV.
different.
How
It's
is it different?
White people
How is
DV
it
is
different? So
different than black people DV.
what is the difference between white people DV and black people DV? I really
They
want
got
to
more
know this.
money. They got more lawyers.
Oh, give
White
me a
people DV.
break.
You want to know how white people DV is different than black people DV?
You're playing semantics. You're playing semantics.
You want to know? You want your semantics? Okay. Who's the DV kings in the United States?
DV kings? I guess you could say DV queens because apparently it's lesbian women.
I said DV kings.
Yeah.
Don't try to spin it around. Who's the DV kings in the United States?
America.
Who's the
Lesbian
DV
women.
kings in the United States?
Lesbian women. 44%.
No.
44%.
We could say men in general.
No, black men.
No,
Black men.
44%.
But that's not what
44% women.
I read a chart and it said white men are more likely to be abusive. And a YT man just said that recently.
Numerically, not by percentage. Nope. Because I just read that a little bit earlier. Numerically, black men damage more black women than white men do their women. But numerically, white men do because there's more white men. Because there's a lot
I get
more.
what Toy said now. We're only black men
but
are only 6% of the population in America. That's probably why. And
Okay, I'm gonna move. Let's
men,
move
they're probably
forward.
like 70, 50. They're a high percentage than us.
Okay, let me move forward here.
So if we was equal with white men, the charts would probably be the same.
Okay, y'all. Another one on the chopping block. Another one. This is sad on so many levels. Gervonta Davis just got arrested on charges of putting paws on his baby mama in Miami Beach, y'all.
I can't believe you guys were literally defending Gervonta Davis. I think he's a great boxer, but what the fuck?
I didn't defend him. Don't do that. I didn't defend him.
Okay. Yeah, you did. You just didn't know you were doing it. Okay, here we go.
No.
Okay, here we go.
I don't have the context of that situation.
Okay, here we go. Okay, this woman I just found, she is great. So, this what she did here, was crazy. Let me bring up there's a guy named Solarmind. He's like a YouTube king or something, right?
Is that
I don't know if you've heard of him.
Is that Sarnetta?
I don't know who it is. She calls herself Queen's Throne. Okay. So anyway, let me get to the spot. Where is it? Oh, that's not it. Come on, where is it at? It must have been short. So let me go back here. Okay, let me stop right here.
And let people know.
Right.
But you didn't.
We had this. I looked at his niece and we just walked out the house. Little guys here, man. Indecent exposure.
Right. Also, if you go back within the last year, it's been taking me longer to edit because I have more things on my table. So.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't find it. I can't find that spot.
Please don't tell me this a pick Misha.
No, it gets worse than that, actually. If I can find that spot. Wait, this is it right here. This is it right here. Okay, this is it right here, y'all.
All right.
Let me pause that. I mean, not pause it. I don't want to pause it, but I'll mute it for a second. Okay. Okay. She did a great job with her art, but she did all of this. She did all this stuff right there. That's cool. Yep. Queen's Throne.
Torch, who is the villain on this one? Her or the men?
Oh, you'll see in a minute. You'll see in a minute. Shout out to Henry Mars. Okay. I'm sorry. I just don't want to miss the part of it. Okay. You can't see it because this little smiley face right here is covering it up. He's exposed. He's got a whole schlong and he's jerking off. Okay, not a big deal, right?
My fucking God. Ugh.
Okay, and he's doing it in front of a young lady who's 17. Watch.
Man, that guy is a fucking predator.
Well, if y'all didn't know this,
that's a
you know, I
child
threw this
according to
video
the law.
Wait, hold on. Let her speak when we can speak after we see it.
in here a completion of 3 times, but it loops, you know, the 3 times. So it's a total of 9 because that's my favorite number. But anyway, this the nigga on the train. If nobody's seen it, of course, I had to blurt it out, but not blur it out, but blur it out because his dingling was out. Okay, I seen it, but if I would have showed y'all, YouTube would have struck me down. Okay, so
this guy's name is Solarmind, and he was on this train violating a minor. You know, he's playing with himself in front. Even if she wasn't a minor, it's still a crime. That's winter is going to come for Solarmind. I can tell you that. But let me keep playing it.
let's go.
So you don't care? You don't care? You don't care? You don't care?
Is this a famous dude?
You want to play dumb? You don't care? How I feel, my feelings, like empathy at all. You don't give a fuck. You don't care at all. You sucking your dick in front of a 17-year-old. You know that, right? You know that, right? You're a child predator. You know that, right? And I got you on video doing that shit. You laughing like a fucking weirdo. Like a fucking weirdo. No. He sucks and dicks the kid. He sucks and dicks the kid.
Now, really quick before obviously.
If that Torch, was that her real voice or was they edited?
Yeah, I think they sped her up a little bit, but I think she's a kid. I mean, she's 17.
To the law, she is, yeah.
So, Henry, let's release those Epstein files. Yep, I'm with you on that.
No, that's not happening. They already said they ain't releasing them.
And we know why.
That was crazy, though. That was crazy. That was crazy. Did you see that dude do that?
Obviously, it's gone loop. Do you have anything that you would like to say, MK? Because I know I do.
Yeah. That nigga. No, let me be quiet for now, man.
I'm gonna say this. We all know that, you know, I'm a graphic designer, right? At first I was like, damn, is this AI, right? You could definitely make out his face and everything like that. I cross-checked it, obviously, even before Solar had admitted to it. It is not AI. I do wonder though how they got this video, but I digress. At the same time, I am happy that it comes out. This does not vindicate Sonetta, and it definitely does not vindicate Nepal, because Nepal tried to make this whole situation about it. But it's just disgusting. Like a 17-year-old. Now, if you didn't know, because it's going to be stated in here.
Henry, good point, Henry. Remember the passport bro in Brazil asking the mentally challenged woman to give him, yep, I remember that. And he was proud of it. Yep, he sure was. That was that not the tape guy. I know. Oh wait, who was that dude? Yeah, I do remember that.
Was it BMT?
BMT.
Oh man, we were just talking about him yesterday.
Yeah, he had that. He has that degenerate crap going on too.
Toys, did you go live
Y'all
yesterday? Or
didn't
was
even
that
talk about
Sunday?
it the first time that Solar got in trouble. She didn't say nothing. She was riding with him. That's a lie. And I did 2 live streams that equaled over 10 hours. And that is in the community tab.
I mean, the fuck? I mean, here's a funny thing that gets me is he's pretty, I mean, from what I heard, he was somewhat popular on YouTube, right? And so it's not like you can hide yourself. You know, all the feds, police, whoever, all they need to do is just subpoena YouTube and go, where is this nigga at? And bring him in at the very least. No, that he would be a huge. I wonder what happened to him. Let me see if I can find out what happened to him. What happened to Solarmind? Solar Winds from YouTube. Google's trying to play in my face. They want me to get ultra spent criminal harassment. Wow. I mean, I'm trying to find some news though. He's famous now. He's famous now. That's not the only one. Let's see. Napa.
Interrupted, and people pretend they care, and they see, you know, actions speak louder than words. That's what I say. So let me get this done. What else?
So he goes out there, creeps out. I mean, literally causes a crime, right? We saw that, right? We saw this right here. I mean, that's a crime. I do believe them. I believe the young lady, and I believe Queen's Throne, that he's showing up. He's putting his pee-wee is out. His pee-wee is out. Okay, I think we established that. Miss RV is in the house. His pee-wee's out. Okay. That's sad. It's messed up. The messed up thing, when a young lady tries to expose this man for being a criminal, they go after her. I don't even know who she is. I really don't. I just found her in the Google mix. Let's see what she says.
Saying before is, I'm not going to be threatened. I will continue to alert the authorities, just like I alerted the authorities about Solarmind, just like I alerted the authorities about every single person who has threatened me on this internet.
Miss RV says, I think they are trying to get him arrested, but I don't think he's in custody. Dang. And then Cyber Dream says, racism caused it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We do, I mean, and I guarantee you when Solarmind gets arrested, first thing he goes, oh, the man is trying to get me. Or he's going to blame the little girl for being a little girl.
Was he somebody well known on YouTube or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know how many people, I don't know what you define as well known, but he was known enough that a lot of people know who he is. I don't think he was like 100,000 people, but you know, maybe 10,000, maybe 20. But yeah, look, and he's doing exactly, they're doing exactly what criminals do. They go after people who are trying to get justice. That's what I've learned.
And I can ask questions about Angel Food, who is Solarmind's girlfriend and who harassed me and threatened me and gang stalked me. I am not going to
He's
be
one of them
bullied
people
into
in the
being quiet when it
black
comes to
conscious YouTube,
criminals
whatever they call that
Is
bullshit.
there,
on the internet.
wait, Tevin, is there a reason why you're talking over this woman?
No,
I don't care
I
if
was
Sonetter
guessing.
doesn't like it. I don't care if his fan club thinks that he's poor Sonetter. This isn't about him. You can see that my live stream, this isn't on Sonetter's account. You see that I have my StreamYard, and no, I'm not going to pay $45 for StreamYard on a channel where I just go live by myself. So don't worry about my StreamYard. Don't worry about Sonetter. Don't worry about HOK and the Play Beef Tube. You guys.
Oh, this is a problem I have. Women want justice for creepy shit. And this is what all these other men do. Because if men checked, if men, this is the problem that a lot of black women have. It's like, you guys say it's not all of you, but when some creep does some shit, I mean, it's one thing to come to a woman's aid, and it's another thing just to check a dude and go, look, dude, that's disgusting.
Toys, do you know
Obviously,
who
nobody
Sonetter
said that
is?
to him because he's still out on the street.
Toys, I got one thing to say.
Okay.
Sonetter pulled that same shit when Brother Polite got arrested. So I know he ain't shit.
Yeah. Let's see. So this is why, things ain't going good for us as a people. We defend degenerates.
All of them stalking and bothering me and stalking and harassing.
Here you guys go. Here you guys, you got some juice here. A woman stalking a woman because she's the girlfriend of the creep who was basically showing his thing to a little girl. I don't see how that works. I don't get it. What, did she think that it never happened? They got film. I don't get it. There's film. This film, there he is. You can see his face clear as day. Not the best picture in the world, but clear enough to get some science on that and know it's him by bone structure and shit. That's crazy. I'm gonna go through Jeffrey and call it tonight because that just disgusted me right there. That was disgusting.
Toys, I could tell you though.
Okay, what? You can talk.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna play this Chris Brown clip while you. Okay, here we go.
Okay, are in Diddy territory, and I say it because
Not because Chris Brown is being accused of anything like Diddy was.
No, exactly.
Right.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they have charged him already with assault. And I get it because he allegedly causing
assault
great
with
bodily
grievous harm.
Grievous harm.
Okay.
Okay. And I get it. That's what he's accused of, hitting somebody over the head with a big tequila bottle. I get it.
Right.
In a bar.
Mhm.
Now they've added 2 more charges, including the charge of using an offensive weapon in a public place.
Yes.
The offensive weapon is the
tequila bottle.
Yep.
Tequila bottle, an offensive weapon in a bar. I get it was used as such.
If someone wants to hand me a bottle, I'll show you. I'll gladly show you how it is an offensive weapon. Do you know what a bottle of Don Julio 1490?
Oh my God.
No, I mean, he's right. He's right.
If for layman's, yes, but I've noticed that sometimes law, it can get what you can call redundant. It's redundant to us, but to them in law, it means something different. It's slightly different. They're
Right.
like
Well, there's a.
So
I'm
what
sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
saying is this: is that I don't think we're expert enough to really understand why they stated it like this. But it's like if you pew pew somebody, right? They can call it brandishing a firearm, and then they can call it deleting somebody. You see what I'm saying? Even though it's the same action, they have different names. They're saying, okay, when you brandished the weapon, that was one part of you broke the law there. And then when you pew pewed, that's when not only and they'll say, okay, that's when you committed, deletion. And they might even say if there were people standing around that person, they can go and then you cause some fancy bodily harm, blah 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? With
discharging in the public, discharging in a public area,
right?
Is usually the charge.
So for what that's what they're saying. I mean, and I don't understand why these guys don't understand that. But yes, a bottle can be seen as a weapon because what I'm thinking is this. This is what I'm thinking, guys. As soon as he started swinging it, right? It became a weapon.
Yep.
If you're drinking from it, it ain't no weapon.
That's correct.
But as you use it as a weapon for assault, it becomes something else. It's like this. Think about it like this. A baseball bat, you can walk in my house with a baseball bat, and as long as you don't try to hit me over the head with it, it ain't a weapon. But as soon as you do, it what's the word I'm looking for? It changes the tool, just like a hammer. A hammer is not in itself is not a weapon. But if you crack somebody's skull open with it and then start swinging at other people, guess what? Now you assaulted somebody, and then now since you made it into an assault tool, you're now brandishing a weapon.
Correct.
And it's just a hammer. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, basically they because the law is very meticulous. Okay,
That's
like and
point.
as far as and to that degree, there are even different degrees of red rum, for example. So you unalive somebody, okay, well, which degree of red rum? You ever heard red rum in the first degree, red rum in the second, or the third degree? There are different degrees of red rum. And then you also have what is called manslaughter, where you unalive someone, but it's not considered a red rum, even though you unalive them. Like I said, every state's a little different. The laws are always going to be. But another thing, too, I wanted to say is a lot of times prosecutors, they like to throw in as many. Prosecutors try to throw as many charges as they can. All right, just in case you're found, the jury finds you not guilty on something, they're going to, they're going to tack on as many charges as they can and get as many years as you can. That's just what they do.
Right. All right, everybody. I'm going to cut this short, and the reason why is because I want to make some short clips out of it, including our arguments. So, and I have to stop at the 2-hour mark, and it's 2 hours. It's late anyway. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. And I'll do another show. I might do another show tomorrow since I'm cutting this one. No, not tomorrow. I got too much crap to do tomorrow. Thursday. So catch me Thursday, everybody. Catch us Thursday. Again, tell your friends to watch this video. This is DJ Torch. And along with Darnell and Mike, I'll shout out everybody as soon as I hit this button right here. But I got to make sure I get this done in 30 seconds. Anyway, shout out to Miss RV, Cyber Dreams, Phoenix Soul, Ghost, Henry Mars, Angela, ready. Do I have left? Oh shit, I gotta go. Gotta go. Okay, guys.